Hey, cast iron skillet. It's hot. I'll just this is the onion. I'm not gonna actually really peel the onion, right? Because we're doing something. Basically, we have to roast some vegetables. Okay. We're gonna roast them actually in the broiler, just because of what we're gonna do. And you're thinking, you didn't put any oil on there. We don't want oil. We don't. We just don't want oil. So these are poblano peppers here. 1, 2, 3 poblanos. Okay. I have other peppers here. These are not going to get roasted though. These will just kind of get sauteed in the skillet that I've got here. Okay. That's what we're going to do with those. So we'll put those peppers there. These guys, okay. Anybody know what these are? Tomatillos. All right. They're green. If you're familiar with ground cherries, which I happen to have, and I've done videos on. Ground cherries are small versions of tomatillos. Ground cherries, you let them ripen to yellow, and they're really, really sweet. Tomatillos, you don't let ripen. If you grow these, like I have in the past, these are not from my garden, they're from my farm share, but if you grow them, don't let them ripen to yellow. They taste nasty, at least in my opinion, and anybody else I've spoken to. They're not good. So we're not going to cut these up or anything. I am going to take the paper husks off. That's what it is. It's like a paper-ish kind of husk. Sometimes these are called Chinese lanterns, although there is a plant called a Chinese lantern that is not the same as this. It's, I guess, the true Chinese lantern. That's not what these are. They're not even related, though they look similar. At least, I don't think they're related. Someone's going to Google it, find out they're related, comment on this video, and be upset with me. And I'm not really going to care much. So go for it. Okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But I'm not. So we're putting them on here, right? And if you take a look, I got my broiler on broil high. The broiler is on high. Okay, when we open up the oven, I should feel sort of like a heat wave going on. Okay. So we're going to kind of roast the onion, the peppers, and the tomatillos. No oil goes on them. We want them to kind of burn. Oil would help to prevent burning, and we don't want that. Okay? Oh, look what I forgot. I've got stones in there we use for making cookies. I forgot them in there. They actually, they cannot get direct access to the broiler, because they can burn. So they're all going to go down here on this bottom rack so that they can be shielded in the broiler. That metal rack, don't worry about that. That can, you know, that's fine. But, I'm not sure why I closed it. Okay, so there we go. In the past, I put like salt on them, but there's actually no need, and it's better just like this. And every couple minutes you got to kind of look at it, right? I'm going to turn the light on, and you're going to want to flip it. Every few minutes you're going to turn the peppers. If you see charring, you want that. You want the pepper skin to blister and even get black. You don't necessarily want the peppers themselves to cook on the inside, not the inside flesh, just the skin. Let it char, let it burn, and turn them every now and then. So these other peppers here, I'm going to cut up, and they're going to end up going in the skillet. I mean, cutting up peppers, not exciting stuff. Nothing really special here, guys. I mean, do kind of standard. And it could actually be large pieces. These are not hot peppers. These are sweet peppers. But basically, you can kind of do rough chopping, right? If I was on the Food Network or something, this would not go. They'd be like, oh my gosh, what is he doing? Guy doesn't know what he's doing. But I know what I'm doing. Do it all the time. It's dangerous. And yes, I've cut myself countless times. And again, these are rough chops. Because this is like a very rustic dish that we're going to do. You don't see the chicken yet. We're not up to that part yet. But, you know, there is chicken in this dish. It's not vegetarian. It's a chicken dish. I have other knives that are probably better suited, but I just wanted to show you that duct tape thing. Plus, I think this knife looks really cool, and with YouTube, it's all about looks. All right. So there we go. Hey, here's some tip for you. You're wondering, maybe some of you, why is he taking the seeds out of the peppers if they're not hot peppers? Because pepper seeds actually taste bitter, so they'll give like a bitter kind of flavor to the dish. Little parts like that kind of burnt. Just like cut those parts out, because I don't really know exactly what they are. It might not taste right. And again, rough chops. So rough chop that burnt part out, and we're good. Rough, 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 rough. I'm not barking. I'm reminding myself that these are rough chops. Wow. Really rough. Really rustic. You know, honestly, I keep chucking those away, but look. Okay? Don't tell the professionals I showed you that. They would never do that. Look, here's another tip. You want to get the seeds out, right? Come on in with the knife like that. And then come on in the sink and you just... There you go. You flick, you get pretty much the whole thing out. Now, while we're waiting, right, I should get that skillet on. Actually, let it get hot. Now these are going to go in the skillet, but not quite yet, because the chicken is going to go in the skillet first. That's kind of the first thing to go in the skillet. It'll go in. We're going to sear the skin, and then it's going to come out after we've seared the skin. These have to go in the trash. No need for you guys to see my trash. Okay, so but there's those peppers ready and good to go. And here we have chicken. Thighs, bone in, skin on. Okay, in true man fashion. No gloves, no guts, no glory. Okay, not sure how that applies here. Be right back, guys. More science for you. Okay, plate, paper towel. Chicken. Ready for this? Watch. Okay. To properly cook the chicken so that everything sears good, it should be dry. Okay. Okay, everything is going to sear and cook just right. I'm drying now kind of the underside, right? In there, and you want that really, really dry. And we'll just put it down on several layers of this just for a moment. Hey, we've got to check the oven. So let's have a look. Get that camera in real close. Okay, perfect. Look at that, guys. There's charring going on. We're going to slide that out. I'm going to get some tongs, and we're going to start to turn some things. Guys, you don't know this, but I actually have a beautiful, lovely assistant holding the camera. She's grabbing things for me off camera that I didn't have prepared. There's not enough char on that. This pepper is ready to be flipped, and this pepper is ready to be flipped. This tomatillo can kind of be turned. I'll turn that little guy as well, and then this guy could kind of be turned, and that's okay. All right, and now glove on. Slide it back in, and we get some more char on it. So there we go. Chicken. Dry the chicken. Any moisture that you have will actually cause the chicken to steam rather than fry, which is kind of what you want. You want it to fry when you put it into the skillet, not steam or boil. And that's what gets it to sear. Okay, and even, believe it or not, to further help with that concept of it needing to be dry as possible, we're going to salt it. We're going to put salt on it. And I'm actually going to use a seasoned salt. My favorite, what I grew up on, adobo, pronounced adobo, but spelled adobo. You'll hear people say adobo. That's actually not the way you're supposed to pronounce it. Just so you know, it's adobo. Okay, anybody who speaks Spanish or pretends to speak Spanish like me would know that. Look at that. So that's dry. Okay, I mean, relative. Obviously, when you touch it, it feels wet. Again, trash. Okay, now put it back onto this and spread it out, okay, so that we can season it. Okay, we don't want them laying on top of each other. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands here. All right. Now we have out our seasoned salt or adobo. Okay, give you an idea. This is salt, pepper, garlic, oregano, a little bit of turmeric, which gives it some of its yellow color. We're gonna season pretty good. Get a zoom in on that. You can kind of see there's a piece no seasoning. Here's a piece with seasoning. Okay, it's a little blurry, but looks good. Is that skillet ready? Let's find out. Okay, it's got its seasoning on the skin. Put our hand over it. It feels like it's ready, and it's actually got some smoke coming up. So I'll be right back with some grease. Okay, in this jar, I have a magical mixture of bacon grease, coconut oil, and canola oil. Okay. Couple reasons. Bacon grease, flavor. Coconut oil, high heat. Canola oil, because it's cheap. Dads are cheap. Cheap, 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 says the dad. Okay. Dads are cheap. Now look, take this skillet, get that oil really going around. Okay. Coat, cover, everything. Now, put that there. Okay, we're going to take, yes, with it smoking, take the chicken. That's the noise you want to hear. Okay? Put some space in between the chickens. And I mean that. I mean, you gotta give them some space. Okay? And try not to move them like I'm doing. You want to keep them steady. The less you move them, the better. I had to move them because I got to fit this one. Even though I said give them space, you know, space is limited sometimes. But anyway, keep that heat high. Let that go, and let's check the oven again. Okay, happy about those onions, definitely. Okay, peppers, you turn that one on its side. This one needs to get turned on to this side. That one like that. That one could go like that. This could go like this. Like that. On its side. On its bottom. Boop, boop, boop. Doo, doo, doo. Like that. There's liquid coming out. Good stuff. And back in. Okay. So we've got the chicken cooking. We'll come back, pull the chicken out. So that meat is still raw, because it's not done cooking. The idea is just that we wanted to sear the skin, okay? Now it's going to sit here, not so much to rest, though it's, you know, it's going to rest, but more because we've got to add the vegetables to that skillet. We're going to start, okay, with those peppers. Remember those peppers we talked about? And actually, believe it or not, we can even turn off the burner. We don't really need it on now because it's going to finish its cooking in the oven. These will cook up in the bacon, chicken, coconut, canola grease. Okay, it's got a little of everything going on in there. Alright, we'll leave that sit there. And let's go back to the oven. Probably going to be time to take everything out of the oven. Set the chicken aside over here. Okay. Yeah. Yep. Okay, we're going to take that out. You know, like I said, we just kind of want like a char-ish kind of a thing going on. We don't need it to be burnt. We don't need it to be cooked. None of that is really important. First thing we got to do, actually, be right back. I'm going to get a Ziploc bag, which is for those peppers. So we're going to take the peppers and we're going to go ahead and put them into this Ziploc bag. Okay, I got one in there, 2, 3. What we're doing is we need to kind of, now they're going to steam. We're going to seal in the heat and the moisture, and they'll slightly steam, which will get the skin to fall off. And we want them actually even to cool down a bit. I'm going to put them in the sink and run some cold water over them. Not that much, just a little bit. It'll help them cool down a bit and everything, cool down quicker so they're easier to handle. And now we're going to get going on the rest of the vegetables here. We'll start with the onion. We'll take one onion off. Okay, it's not even, guys, not even that hot. Like, I'm able to handle it. Okay, just a little warm. Not too bad though. Okay, we're going to kind of peel off the charred skin to get rid of it. Bye-bye charred skin. And then, you know, a little bit of the char is okay because we do kind of want that flavor. And now, I'm going to slice it in half. It's partially cooked on the inside, which is, again, what we want. And then we're cutting it into large pieces. Okay, large. It's pretty slippery. There we go. I'm trying to get that little nub off. That nub we don't quite want. Again, get rid of the nub. And where do these onions go? You guessed it, right into that skillet. Okay, go ahead. My assistant's going to stir them. I was jumping the gun there. And we've got another onion I'll work on while she stirs. There we go. Again, in half. This one's a little bit smaller than the other one, so I'm not going to cut 3 pieces. Just 2. And then 1, 2, and then the nubs off at the end. And into the skillet it goes. Zoom. My assistant again stirs. Then, if you would, and back over this way, we've got now a tomatillo. You can leave that charredness on there. Really, don't, you know, and just take it, slice, like I just kind of want like the stem part off, and then big chunks. Turn it. Okay, chunks. Again, it's just the stem we're getting rid of there. Okay, and I'm going to cut up all of them, and they're going to go in right into the skillet and get stirred. Okay, so now we take the peppers out of the bag, and the skin peels off. We don't have to get it 100%. You know, if some of the skin is on there, like, that's okay. Pepper skin is completely edible. right? But it actually can also tend to impart some bitterness. So we want to get a good amount of it. And then, right, a real easy thing to do, because you want to get the seeds out. You kind of like, there's the stem at least. Sometimes you do that and the seeds come with the stem. In this case, they didn't, but you can take your fingers or the knife, I'll show you with the fingers, put it like that and just slide. And again, it doesn't need to be 100% of the seeds. But that's the idea. We're going to do all the peppers like that. What happened there? Get back over there. Okay. So, and then into the skillet where my assistant will. Okay. So now, this is all stirred up. No need for this spoon. Bye-bye spoon. We're going to take the chicken. We're going to put it, look, the skin is still got its like crisp. We're not going to like nestle it in there or any of that. Nope, we don't want that. It's the opposite. We're just going to plop it right on the top of the veggies. Okay, and it's just going to kind of sit there. And, you know, the skillet's not on. It's off. But the oven is on. 350. Okay. How long does this go in? Until the meat is cooked. You should know about how long chicken thighs take to cook. And if you don't, feel free to look it up online. Guys, that's pretty much it. In the end, when it comes out, the chicken should be tender, come off the bone. The skin should still be pretty crispy, and the vegetables will almost have turned into a sauce. Feel free at the end, I mean, you can take those out, put them in a blender, and really make a sauce. Add butter to it to make the sauce, like, you know, shinier and whatnot. All kinds of different things. If you have roux that you want to put in there, which is, you know, the flour butter mixture, you can put that in there and stir it up and make it like a gravy. However you want to do it, but that's the basic recipe. I love it. Try to do it every summer, and that about does it.